Welcome to John Boy and Jake Radio, special April 9th edition, the only April 9th, 2020 edition you will hear, and Handshakes have been canceled. Some other news, but none as damning as that, and we'll get into it. Oh, wow. Almost timed that up too perfectly with the end of the song there. That, everyone, was an intro song sent to us from Micah Vaughn. Micah Vaughn? Mike Vaughn? Mike's on. Francesa. Fuck. Okay. Wow. Jake, how are you doing this morning? Good morning.
Good morning, James. A nice tune from Mike Francesa. Thank you for submitting that. A little jazzy rock. I think that's the kind of tunes. I think that's the kind of tunage my mum likes.
He said blues.
I'm bluesy, a rock blues. You get that guitar going in there. Yeah, man, I'm doing all right. It's Thursday, he said confidently.
It's raining out.
And
I can say that. Well, actually,
it was raining hard. It was probably the hardest rain I've seen in New York. So write that down somewhere.
It was a rain where it was like in bed. One of the first words I said to Katie was, "Do we have any windows open?" That's how hard it was raining.
Yeah, and
mark that down, BBD. Mark down that I did a window
write
check.
It down.
I did a window check this morning.
The rain. It was the first time, like, from my window, you can normally kind of tell it's raining, but you got to do the look and, like, look for some puddles and stuff just to make sure it's raining. Today was the first day. It was like, whoa, we're raining, huh? I can see it from the kitchen.
When you look to your left, I look to my left. We're both looking the same way.
Wow. That's pretty cool. Write that down, David.
Can you write that down, BBD? That if we
Why
look
aren't
both
you fucking writing more.
if we look the same way, let's both look to our right real quick. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Did that work? See, it feels opposite because Jake's looking that way on my screen. Well, show's off to a hot start.
Hot start out of the gate. Watched an episode of Love It or List It this morning on HGTV, Jim. Depending on your mood, I think it's a top 5 HGTV show. Depending on your mood, I think it could vary from 5th all the way up to 2nd on a good day.
Oh, top 5.
Yeah.
Damn, I only know 3 shows, and Love It or List It I just learned about today.
Yeah.
Creepy Brothers. Then you told me about...
Yeah, Property Bros, no.
You told me about the Gaines.
Right, Chip and Joanna Gaines.
So I only knew Property Bros, and now I know... Now you've told me about the Gaines, and now you've told me Love It or List It. Is Love It or List It like they make people get rid of stuff that they love, and they're like, well, how much do you actually love it? And then if they don't like love it, they make them get rid of it? Because that sounds soul-crushing to me.
And luckily, that's not the show at all, so it works out. Love It or List It. It's kind of a fun concept. You wonder how much realism is in it, but they do like it's people in their own house, and they give a certain money for renovations. And then while that's going on, they're going out and they're looking for their dream house. And at the end, they decide if they want to love it, stay, or if they want to list it and move to the other house they found.
Okay, better show than what I was thinking.
Yeah, no, your show sounded like really tough.
Yeah, you know, it's like when there was that show that was popular on Netflix. It was a Chinese woman, I believe, who would come help you declutter.
Maria Kondo.
And I hated that show. I started watching it because it got the Netflix treatment where everyone was like, "Oh, she taught me how to fold. You roll stuff," and I was like, "I've been rolling stuff since I was 12 years old. I don't need anyone to tell me." Anyway, I'm a great packer because my girlfriend in 7th grade packed for me once and showed me the roll technique, and I've been doing it ever since. And my mom would always say, Jimmy's a really good packer. So that was awesome. And anyway, that show sucked because she would take all these things these people liked. And she's like, well, do you wear this? Like, no, but we wore it on my first date. And I really like, it's the memory. And she'd be like, garbage. And I was like, whoa, get the fuck out of here, lady.
Yeah.
Throw out my memories.
No feelings. Yeah. I made a hard stance that I would never watch that. And I think the other the big. I say we just made some pancakes this morning.
That's huge.
But they're like healthy pancakes.
Oh, bummer. Yeah.
A little bit. They were better than expected. I mean, came in with low expectations. And then the kind of nuke that both of us looked at each other this morning and we're like, oh boy, is because we've been doing most of our groceries delivery style. Although yesterday we ran out and got some deli meats. Nice. But for the pancake stuff, Jess had been craving pancakes, so she got it delivered. She got the healthy pancake stuff. And it's like, okay, yeah, like let's see where we're at with healthy pancakes. Not too conjoined. And then she busts out the syrup and she got healthy syrup because it was all they had. So we both had a moment where we looked at each other and we're like, there's a chance this breakfast could be a loss.
Yeah.
If you're going healthy panclocks and healthy syrup. But no, it played. Yeah. I think we'll probably, it's tough. You can't get into a regular routine with pancakes. Maybe like a lazy Sunday we were discussing. Maybe a lazy Sunday.
Yeah. You just said syrup both different ways.
Oh yeah. I'm a different ways with words. That always freaks you out when I say it, but my brain doesn't compute, as you well know. So if there's options for words to be said, my brain just kind of goes random and selects one.
Because we talked about how people say words different yesterday in different places, and you laid down a pretty thick syrup the first time you said it, which is the first time I heard people say that. I forget where I moved to. Might have been Connecticut, because that's the first place I moved where I heard aunt instead of aunt, and was like, wait, what? But then you went syrup, so you went both on me. Always wild.
I'm telling you, man, if you get locked up, don't mention my name,
I don't know. I may. If they were like, hey,
you probably would. If there's a situation where you get locked up, you're probably mentioning my name.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's
fair.
That's fair. Like, yeah.
Do you have any good banter items for me?
The challenge was on last night. Wasn't that good of an episode. I sent out one tweet and then I was like, yeah, there's not much going on. There's this girl on the challenge. Her name's Dee, and she sucks. Like,
she sucks at all the personal stuff, but then you see her compete and you're like, okay, Dee. But is that really worth it?
That was what I tweeted, but like she's not even she's getting past the point of that. The thing is, she came with Ninja, who sucks so bad, and Ninja's not on the show. So I'm now realizing that Ninja was a sucky blanket wrapped around D, and you only focused on the exterior. So you were like, D's not that bad because Ninja sucks. And now Ninja's not there, and you're like, fuck, maybe D sucks too.
Maybe D still sucks.
And then I watched Dave. Little Dick. Katie went to sleep at 8:00 on me, so that was like and then I played Rank These Olivias for like 2 hours.
Yeah, you did play a lot of Rank These Olivias. And for those that don't know, I mean, why don't you clarify that?
Yeah, so I got a picture of 8 different actresses.
Why don't you get that on the screen?
Yeah, I'm gonna try
rank your Olivias on the screen.
We'll have BBD rank them.
Yeah, BBD will do it live. That'll be great.
Yeah. Okay. Because what I did was, before Dave came on, there was a movie on Ride Along 2, I think.
Dave kind of sucked last night.
It was another, just like, I understand the thought process behind it, but yeah, it was kind of we got to get this character some screen time. Like, it was very much doing his friend, the producer, and the other girl.
Like the girl, Dave's girlfriend has been missing for like 2 episodes. Really like her character. Love Dave, and his scene was the only funny scene in the episode when they're at the yard sale with the little kid. The rest of it kind of sucked.
Yeah. It was I think they plan on this show being multiple seasons and all that. So what they're trying to do is make sure you understand every character. So this wasn't like Dave's episode. It was, I don't know their names because it was the girl, the friend, and the girl who were hooking up. But yes, I agree with you. It wasn't that exciting. BBD, did you watch Dave?
Didn't see last night's episode yet.
Oh, well, now you kind of have.
So now I'm not excited
Yeah, that's a bummer. Okay, hold on. I have the Olivias here. I had to get it from my phone. So what I did was Olivia Munn was on the movie before Dave came on, and I was like, oh, Olivia Munn, she's hot. And then it's like, oh, Olivia Wilde, also hot. And then I know that Big Evan & Co. loves Olivia Wilde. So I was going to send him Olivia Wilde and a picture of Olivia Munn, and then find just a third Olivia and say, rank these Olivias. And that's basically where the idea stemmed from. And then I went to IMDb and I realized there's like 8 Olivias. And then I sent this to people I haven't talked to in like 2 years and just said, rank these Olivias, and sent them the pictures. Here you go, BBD. Rank those.
I can confirm all of that information. So.
Yeah. Someone Sorbs made this and then sent it back to me. Or no, maybe it wasn't Sorbs. I forget who it was. Oh, it was Sheehan. And I was like, oh, I'll just send this because I was sending 8 solo pictures. So are you going to rank them, BBD?
That feels like a trap, but
no trap.
I can't see super well. I know Olivia Wilde, I know Olivia Munn, and they're in the 2 corners there.
All right, here's the top row.
I know the second girl on the left.
They're all named Olivia.
They're all named Olivia. But I don't know any of the last names, so it's making things tough.
Yeah, that's what
I definitely feel like I can't be ranking people.
Okay. All right. Well, fair's fair, I guess. But the green dress or yellow dress, she got a 1 and she got an 8. Biggest amount of range out of all these Olivias.
She'd be in the top half.
So this is interesting, Jim, and I think it makes all your voting null, and you have to do it again, is that the order they're depicted in you very much affects how you vote. Because I don't know if people on the podcast can't see, but there's one girl right now, she would be in the 6 slot, that her picture came through and she was in the 8 hole when you sent it over to me individually, and you can full on see her boobs.
Yeah.
Which end of the day actually took points away from her.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said to Evan as well. He said, what do you got? I said, it seems desperate. Her nipples are showing. Meanwhile, I chose the pictures.
Right. You chose the pictures. And yeah, I think this layout does change how you voted. Because green-yellow dress was before Nipple Girl, and I was like, I think if green yellow dress was showing me her nipples, I think she would be above Nipple Girl.
So this is Sheehan's order, and he had a wild order because he had Munn last. Yeah,
that's tough. Who's the eldest Olivia on this list?
Olivia Colman.
What's she from?
Oh, everything. I mean, she just won an award for Fleabag. She plays the Queen in The Crown on TV. She was in Les Miserables. She's been a lot of
Fleabag in The Crown. Nice.
Yeah. Murder on the Orient Express, Broadchurch, really good. Night Manager. So she does a lot of those British crime dramas. That are good.
She the one from Peep Show?
She's the best actress on the board. Do you want to know what this girl's from, Jake?
Opinion.
What? Yeah, my opinion. Do you want to know what leg warmers is from?
If you could not refer to Olivia number 7 as leg warmers, I would greatly appreciate that.
Okay. Her name is like Oda Baba. She's from the Big Green.
Her name's Olivia, so
she's from the Big Green.
Nice.
She's the teacher/coach.
Yeah, and she's another one that where you see her when you're playing Rank These Olivias. Again, I had her next to Nipple Girl, and I was like, if I see Oda Baba Olivia's nipples, I think she goes up. And I kind of at first I didn't like the older nature of her, but then I did like the older nature for her. But the number 1 there, is that Munn?
On the bottom or on the top? Wild is top left.
Or number 1.
Wild is top left.
Wild is top left. I mean, she's the unanimous number one.
I agree. Well, I have her and Munn. I flip-flop.
You didn't give a great picture of Munn, so unfortunately for this exercise, Wild in a blowout.
You don't think this picture of Munn is good?
I mean, it's not bad, but there's much better. I mean, that picture looks like it's very like 90s, I don't know, kind of weird 90s magazine vibe.
Mm. What about this GIF of Olivia number 7, Oda Baba, in the big green? Childhood?
Yeah, I mean, it's a movie that's basically about a chubby goalkeeper. I mean, it's
who's scared of everything.
Very near and dear to me.
So anyway, yes. How did I spend
now you have to post the Olivia's picture somewhere so people can see it. You know that, right?
Dude, I was cracking up. Well, I crack myself up. This is like a pastime.
Sure.
Like sending a group text that's not a group text, but like sending the same thing to 12 different people is, for about 15 years now, my favorite thing to do. I just laugh. And obviously, Evan of Evan & Co. was having fun with me because Sorb's order was so weird. And Sorbs has a twin brother. So we were like, Let's see if his twin brother feels the same. And both of them, like Evan DeSorbo goes, I got to Google them. I don't know their names. And those only two people that were like, I can't rank things that I don't know their names of.
Yeah, they wanted. Hey, BBD put up a little bit of a fight.
Yeah.
If BBD wanted to put some effort in, and
the picture is blurry from what I can see on here. I'm seeing that the YouTube is clearer, so I couldn't really see them, and I didn't feel comfortable ranking people I can't really see and don't just know their names off the top of my head.
Yeah, you just call them leg warmers, silver dress. That's what everyone was doing. Anyway, and then Evan DeSorbo, what's up, Evan? Sorry. He goes, let me Google them. And then he followed that up with a impossible. So he didn't rank them.
Very true. Very true.
Someone in the chat knew all their names. Was like, that's Olivia Cook, Olivia Thrillby, Olivia. So yeah, rank that Olivia. These Olivias. That's how I spent my night.
People that are locked into like pop, like the people that could see those Olivias and name them all, blows my mind. But at the same time, I realize it's the exact same thing as me watching a Rockets game and someone comes off the bench and I'm like, oh yeah, Daniel House. He played. They saw him in a celebrity pro-am, so they signed him. And it's the exact equivalent.
Exact thing. Yeah. I sent it to someone, I won't name them, but this was their answer. Olivia Munn won 50 feet of dirt, then Wild and Coleman, then 50 more feet of dirt. Then it doesn't matter because you're 100 feet of dirt deep.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when I was in high school, I had a weird phase where I just like kind of blindly decided I hated Olivia Munn, and I backed off from there. But I think her picture was just on Reddit all the time, and I was 17. I was just like, "This is the same person over and over." I'm pissed off, and I hate it.
One person ranked her last because she dated Aaron Rodgers, which he said was a game changer. And then I asked Big Evan, give me a random number, and I'll just send it to them. So he gave me Duplex's number, but no response. Just rank these Olivias.
So there's someone out there, a friend of ours, who just got a text from a number he does not have saved in his phone of 8 women that he probably doesn't know are named Olivia.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting on that. That's now that's the good stuff.
I was hoping he would respond with his rankings, and then I would just say thank you, and that's the whole conversation from 2 unknown numbers. But he didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, there's always time.
Yeah. There's always time.
Yeah. I also did 4 cameos yesterday.
Wow.
And I have 5. I woke up to 5 today.
I mean, you asked me, you were like, hey, the guy wants you to set it up. Let me know if you're interested. I said, I'm interested. And then you didn't say anything back. So
yeah, I did. Yes, I did. Unless it's still in there. I texted you because I texted you and said he told you.
Right. And I said, haha, I'm interested. And then you sent me some more details. And then next was rank these Olivias. But you didn't
that's
send
not
me
true.
any
You said
cameo details.
You said I might just list it as $1 million. When it happens, it happens.
Right. But you still never gave me the information on setting it up or anything.
You never asked. Right into the you said, haha.
I said interested.
Interested, I guess. What are you charging? And then
interested, I guess. It's saying I'm interested. That's send me the information.
You're bad.
Don't defend yourself here. Don't get blind there.
I can text you that, give you that guy's information.
Back to square one. Interested, I guess.
I mean, your wishy-washy ways. You got to have a firm yes. Can I have the number or no?
Gave it to yes. Can I have her number, sir? This is coming from the guy that sent random pictures to people of Olivia's last night.
How does that compare to this?
It's silly. So I will answer you properly, my lord.
You said interested, I guess. What are you charging? And then I gave you all the information.
Interested, I guess. You gave me no information on the actual process. You told me stuff about Cameo. You told me about Troy Aikman. You told me
Troy Aikman clears
myself and setting up.
Troy Aikman clears like $160,000 a year on Cameo.
Hey, no ADD. Set me up.
That's nuts. Yeah, I'll give you the guy's number.
Thank you.
You can set it up. Yeah. Anything else we got going on? I made food last night. It was all right.
Okay.
That's all.
What was it?
Stuffed peppers. But like it was, I looked around the fridge, I looked around the cabinets and looked at everything we had and like, what can I make here? And stuffed peppers was the thing. But I didn't have rice, and that's kind of an ingredient so you need. I videotaped it. I might do a cooking breakdown. I might not. I'm getting sick of posting things on Twitter that I know the only response will be like, please give me baseball season.
Right.
It's like, it's not coming anytime soon. So stop responding to every tweet with that. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, you're going to be getting that for a while, Hank.
I can't wait. I might just ditch baseball. I might, for the rest of the season, say, I don't like baseball, and then they'll stop saying that.
Then do it. Dive into the cooking.
I got to do one challenge tweet in the first response. I can't wait for baseball season. It's like, dude, shut up. Shut up.
Sorry.
Shut up about it. All right.
You should mute baseball on Twitter.
Ooh. I'm not going to mute baseball, but I might mute like the popular word phrase that always gets sent.
Okay.
Oh, I should definitely mute like days since quarantine day. Oh yeah, I got to mute some phrases.
Quarantine day. Yeah, I did one of those tweets last night.
Yeah, I think I'll mute that one for sure.
Nice.
Good idea.
See less of my tweets.
I'll see most of them. I got other accounts that I check your tweets out on.
Oh, really? Name them.
No. There's 12 people that are in the know.
Okay.
You can use John Boy Jake TV.
Yeah, I can use that too.
Well, I guess go check out that account on Twitter.
Yeah, do it.
Business.
Let's go to the sports.
Big sports day. Yankees lose to the Astros in a close one. Oh, no, that was last year, people. We're still without sports. God, I miss baseball. Quarantine day 27. Bulls hire Nuggets guy Arturas Carnicevosas. Built a nice little fun team in Denver. The Bulls have been bad for a little while. Get Jimmy's takes on Arturas in a little bit. The NBA horse. Early confirmations from Trae Young, Chris Paul, Zach LaVine. Tamika Catchings, Allie Quigley. So yeah, that'll be a little fun. Watch. It's something to do, and that's all we're looking for in these times. Lakers. LeBron James says he won't have any closure if NBA's cancels their season. And Todd Gurley, like a lot of people, just wants to get paid, says that LA hasn't paid him yet since he got released. Okay. And Kawhi Leonard will be in shape.
That's huge. People thought he wasn't going to be in shape.
Yeah.
A lot of people had bets going. And just like put that to rest right away.
I know when I drop a big news story, when I get a gasp or a guffaw out of you, and you were taken aback by that.
That's big news for everyone that was worried that Kawhi might let himself go in this quarantine. I ate nothing but carbs yesterday. So
Number one story on ESPN right now was Kawhi Leonard's coach saying Kawhi Leonard will be in phenomenal shape if they do a postseason. So,
I mean, it is a tough time for sports news.
And he was in such bad shape too.
Yeah. And people were worried. So we just it's great. What do you got on the Bulls tabbing Nuggets GM Arturos Karnisovas?
I mean, I was going to comment on it, but I'll kick it to you just to get your thoughts on Arturos.
Yeah, it's really good because the Bulls have been bad.
Okay.
Since forever, and the Nuggets are slightly better than them, but never great. So this just inches the Bulls up one tier, slow climb. I like this.
Had one climb. Good streak there.
No, but nothing great because only 3 teams win in basketball, and so what are you doing?
The Bulls. Who are the 3 teams that always win?
The Warriors, whoever LeBron's on, and the Raptors just got added to the mix.
Wow, your Raps got a late add to the mix. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm familiar with Arturos through his old Lithuania playing days. But yeah, good for the Bulls. And I know, well, I actually haven't seen Big Cat's reaction yet, but the guys that have been running the Bulls for years have sucked pretty bad. So good for them. You get some hope. That's what sports is about. Hope.
Change everything. It's a cool name.
Hope.
I mean, Bulls fans are happy about this, right?
I can't say the Lovis, right?
Karnisovas? No, I would say Karnisovas.
Karnisovas.
But like this, Karnisovas.
I mean, you've got, if you're a Bulls fan and you're being angry about this, like, you have to go lick a cut.
Yeah.
Like, in this time period of sports, you get some news about your team. It's news that has hope behind it. If you're mad about this, lick a cut, eat a bug. Get out of my face.
Big news from All Bro in the chat. LeBron is on the Lakers, so breaking news.
That's pretty, well, okay.
It's just letting you know.
Yeah.
You didn't.
Okay. See, it was a gourd sports take by you saying any team LeBron's on.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Saying the Lakers, and now go insult your friend in the chat.
Well, he's wrong. He thinks I didn't know that. I did know that.
Wow.
Covered all my bases. Anyway, what was the LeBron?
What a turn on that
what was
guy.
What was the LeBron? He just came to the chat too. Thanks, all bro, for coming.
Thanks for joining us.
What was LeBron's thing that he's not going to get closure if the season doesn't officially end?
LeBron says he won't have closure if the season is canceled. So
yeah, that's how that works.
So can you do a breakdown of that for me?
Did you like that breakdown I did of that guy? So I don't know if anyone saw that. There's a tweet. It's so creepy, man. It's so weird.
Yeah.
I don't know who any of these cast of characters are because I'm not into the daily fantasy world. But 3 of our friends, because we have friends that are in there. So like Patel, Evan, Sheedy, reached out and they're like, I don't know how you get involved in this other world that I enjoy so much. And I was like, oh, good. Because I made that video. And then I called Katie in and said, is this too mean to post? And she was actually like, yeah, don't post that. Like, it's too nail on the head. Like, you're both big. I was like, I think people don't like this guy, though. And it is a creepy tweet. So
it's the creepiest tweet ever.
So I hit publish and I was worried, like, did I just cause a beef with someone who's actually respected in the community? did I, because I don't know who the draft cheat is too. And I was like, or did I just cause beef with a guy who's going to be like now attacking me on Twitter every day and annoying? And, but Evan and Patel, and they all said like, no, he's the absolute worst. And
yeah, the internet destroyed that guy for 24 to 48 hours. You did good.
I had never seen that tweet. It's all bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah. So they talked about it on Part of My Take a little bit. And I mean, it's just, you read it and you're like, oh no.
Like this guy's a bad guy trying to his best to do a not a bad guy impression. That's fun though. Yeah. Highlighting the words as I did it, I was making myself laugh.
That's what it's all about, baby.
Katie got mad because she likes reading books out loud. And I said that people that read out loud to themselves are probably dumb. But she does it because she does all these accents. Katie reads books and puts on like a theatrical play for me. So
you called Katie dumb?
No, because she doesn't do it because she needs to. She does it because she wants to entertain herself.
Yeah.
But yeah, people that need to read out loud, that's like Billy Madison. Today, Junior. Dude, Billy Madison's so funny.
That's full circle right there. Made himself laugh. Read out loud if you want, folks. Especially Kawhi Leonard.
Do whatever you want.
Just because he's in such good shape. Well, don't call him dumb. Those are some of my friends out there.
People that read out loud?
Yeah.
I'm just saying the possibility that you skew dumb is there.
Ooh, possibility you skew dumb if you read out loud. Yeah, I'll give it to you.
It opens itself up for questions. Okay, great.
I don't want it. It doesn't mean you are, but there's a chance it skews, sure.
Okay. Applause because we agree.
Nothing I say should be important to anyone.
Ooh. I hit 4 sound drops at once. So, yeah.
Thump.
Was there anything else in the sports we didn't cover?
The
horse.
Todd Gurley, and the NBA horse. Yeah, Todd Gurley tweeted at the Rams and said, "Hey, past due, send me money ASAP," which is a good tweet. But yeah, funny. Because the Rams, they've gone out and they've signed guys in free agency and stuff, and then I guess Clay Matthews Jr., who was on the Rams and got cut, he's like, yeah, they owe me money too, dude. So it's like, hey, the Rams, come on about it.
Just a cool $7.5 million is making its way through the mail.
I mean, to be fair, I'd probably be tweeting about that too.
Yeah, I think it's a good tweet. I just want everyone to know you owe me money.
Yeah,
he did it in a pretty cavalier way, like past due, send me money ASAP.
Yeah, just like I'm not trying to make a big deal out of this, but like we can.
Yeah. Oh, our dude, all bro, said Happy Gilmore was funnier, and that's a correct take. Happy Gilmore's funnier than Billy Madison, in my opinion. I agree with him.
Yeah, I'd have to watch them back to back. Tough for me. I've got them obviously in a very similar boat in a very similar time period. I'm picturing bigger highs from Billy Madison, but maybe as a full movie, Happy Gilmore, I don't know. I'd have to put him to the test.
I have Happy Gilmore.
Just the clip of him spraying the little kid with the hose. I think that's really good. That's peak comedy.
Yeah, I mean, Happy Gilmore is real good, though. I have Happy Gilmore in like a top 5 comedy for me.
Yeah, I mean, I just have to lay it out. I mean, I'm not saying, I'm not disagreeing, but I'd have to lay it out.
Dumb and Dumber, The Jerk.
Sure.
Happy Gilmore.
BBD's seen The Jerk. BBD, you seen The Jerk?
I have seen The Jerk.
Okay.
Wow.
Like it.
Okay. Huge.
Okay. Confirmed.
Jerk is really good. Some Steve Martin movie. There's probably another Steve Martin movie out there that makes me laugh.
Father of the Bride.
How do you feel about the old Will Ferrell movies? Like, when I was in high school, I would say Ricky Bobby was like in my top 5. And even when I was in college, maybe I'd still have it there. But I think it's fallen off. I think I outgrew it a little. Where semi-pro, I have it. That still cracks me up.
Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying. I think that's Ricky. Talladega Nights. I mean, there's some cheap jokes in there, but there's also some really good stuff. I mean, him and John C. Reilly. I mean, the scene where he calls him up and like they're just talking, and Will Ferrell's like, "Why am I talking to you?" I mean, that's really good. There's some really good stuff in that movie. I think there's probably some stuff that doesn't age great, but yeah, Semi-Pro. And I mean, Step Brothers. I haven't watched that in a little bit. That movie I think was one of the first times that I watched a Will Ferrell movie and I didn't like love it at first, and then it actually aged better for me. So I don't know if that's still on an incline or a decline.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What about Step Brothers is shortlist of my favorite movies, period. So love that movie.
Thank you.
Jake is actually a huge Blades of Glory guy.
I mean, there's some jokes in there. I
know. It is funny. Dude, when they're doing the stretching and they're just slipping their foot into each other's nuts, that's a really good scene.
That's just peak comedy, because if you've been on a sports team, you've done that with a teammate. I've never been on a hockey team, so I can't imagine doing that with a blade, but that's just a good time. And then, yeah, I mean, just, cutting their head off, Nick Swartzen letting the lead out a little bit. I mean, you can't call it good cinema, but it's good stuff.
Yeah. Talking Will Ferrell. Wow.
Sports movies.
Well, Bewitched is also one of your favorites. That has nothing to do with sports.
I don't think I've watched Bewitched.
It's bad. I think he did like a Q&A, and they were like, "Why did you do Bewitched?" And he's like, "Well, I signed the contract, and it's one of those things you get there on day one, and you're like, shit, why am I doing this movie?" But then you got to do it.
Yeah, that's man. There's a weird side to Hollywood with some of that stuff that I don't know. Like if you're Will Ferrell day one on Bewitched and you're like, I messed up. Like I think that would turn up my weird meter even more. I'd be like, okay, I signed the contract. I'm gonna be here for a few months making Bewitched. Let's go nuts.
I agree with you. There's a baseball clip that just got put onto my Twitter timeline. I'm gonna retweet it and I'm gonna show it to you because I've never seen it before, and it is great. Roger Clemens hits a guy with a fastball, and hold on. Roger Clemens hits a guy with a fastball, and the dude catches it in his ribs and just rifles it back at Clemens and goes on his way. I've never seen this before.
Caught it in the armpit there. Wow.
Yeah, and just throws it right back to him.
And you know what? It's really not what's the phrase? Not malcontent. Or maybe it is malcontent. Like he's not coming back trying to hurt Clemens, but he's letting him know, like, come on, man, not cool.
I also think he's showing like, you didn't hurt me, you just fucking annoyed me.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to do a little bit of a tough guy, but it's very much a like, come on, man, not cool.
And I love Clemens just catching the ball, the ball. I'm like, okay, cool, we'll go back to my way. That's a good clip. Enjoy it thoroughly. Oh, baseball. All right, halftime. BBD, what are you ranking the show as of now during halftime?
1 to 100.
Pretty good. I wasn't sure how I felt about the news that assembled today, so happy we're at the point we're at. Good show.
It's tough to bring sports news right now.
They're not playing any games is the tricky part about it for me.
What about, okay, let's just talk about some sports tweets. What about this one?
Chappie. I think I had a solid tweet on that. I said, what color car do you think Chapman likes?
I was
surrounded by a parking lot of white vehicles.
And wearing white gloves, white shorts, and white shoes and white socks. So I was going to do the same tweet. Like, I wonder what his favorite color is.
If you got something you like, run with it. And Chappie is doing that.
People on the Yankees talk about Chapman, about how like he's a cartoon character with his shirt off.
Yeah.
And like, look at that dude.
Yeah.
He's a monster. And then they're saying he's incredibly flexible too. That's why they think he'll have longevity as a reliever.
Well, that's the insane part, because the picture came out of Chapman where he's roped up playing dominoes or whatever, and you're like, yo, that dude's too big to pitch. And it's very impressive that he's that big, but the impressive part is the flexibility, because other guys are that big, but they literally can't whip their body into motion to throw a baseball that hard. So yeah, he's insane, and I think he lets out a final left punch here in a second. That one,
he screams
that it's like, oh my God.
Yeah, scary dude, big scary. Would you want to be the guy that spars with him and holds up the things? What are those things called?
No, I don't get why anyone would be a sparring partner.
Okay.
Except for like you can give them a little slap back.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
BBD, what's one thing you want to let off your chest about the Olivia conversation? 3, 2, 1.
Olivia Wilde's my number one.
Okay, pervert.
I'm willing to throw that out. Yes.
Tough halftime.
I read the news today, oh boy, and though the news was rather sad, well, I just had to laugh.
Well, it's 6 o'clock. Time for the news.
Another load of carrots has been dumped on the Morongo Basin. Uh-oh. Handshakes have been canceled. I don't know how to say this doctor's name because I haven't heard it out loud. I've only read it. Dr. Fauci?
Fauci.
Fauci?
Like the only doctor being talked about.
I know, but I haven't heard it. I've only read it. Dr. Fauci says he doesn't think Americans should ever shake hands again to prevent the spread of coronavirus. No more handshakes ever. Activists say they will protest coronavirus restrictions by rallying on National Mall in D.C. Protest the restriction. They're all going to die. Novelty toilet roll cakes keep Finnish baker in business. That's kind of fun. A Kentucky doctor is charged with strangling a teen girl over social distancing. A Michigan man was wearing a thong as a coronavirus mask and then got mocked, and then he assaulted the person that mocked him, and Broadway pushes back the reopening until June 7th.
I read the news today, oh boy.
All right. Got some news there, Jake.
Yeah.
It's a better day for news today than yesterday. Handshakes being canceled is pretty huge.
Talk to me about that, Jim. Because you've seen the development of the handshake throughout time.
Yeah, the handshake, the high five, the dap up, which started in Vietnam, black soldiers. Anything white people do started by black people is way cooler. Then we just make it way lame. Even going back to the chicken dance. The whole history. But like dapping up. Yeah. Calling each other man. Black people did that because they were so sick of being called boy by white people all the time. They took it back. Now I say man all the time. I'm just a loser white person. Anyway.
No argument.
Thank you. No handshakes is crazy, man. I mean, you need a greeting. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just walk up to someone and not do a hug, a handshake, bones, pound, whatever you call it, dap up. It's just awkward. It's like a Michael Cera movie then. We're all just going to be Michael Cera's walking up to girls and not doing anything with their hands or our feet and looking around and saying hi. So I don't think society is going to accept this. I think they'll be back. I think Fauci's wrong. I think he may be right and it's better for the world. I don't think the world's going to abide.
Yeah, I mean, I'm one of the more hands-on people you'll ever come across, and I mean, this is fine, but I mean, that's just going to make me hug and kiss more people, which, again, I don't know. I don't think a Fauci wants that, but I mean, that's what I'm giving. That's what I've got.
Mm-hmm. It's a tall order.
In my own words, I mean, love is what I got. Come on, remember that.
So when we did our live show in Santa Monica, and that was probably the craziest time, where we shook like 200 people's hands in a night. And Plouffe, because he's used to fan fests and stuff, was like, oh yeah, you need sanitizer. You just shake so many hands. And I'd never been kind of off put by shaking hands before, you know? But that was the first
time. You were Team Germs for about 30 years.
Yeah. I didn't care. But that fan fest
you were pro Germs.
So that fan fest, even before Corona, was the first change because we shook like 200 people's hands. Some people are clammy, some are dry. And I'm like, what's on my hand now? That was the first time. So we were doing like, Plouffe was like, come on, we got to wash up every like 30 minutes. Like, all right. He's used to this, I guess. But handshakes can't go away.
They're not.
It's impossible.
They're not. Like Fauci, appreciate it. And I think that's the interesting thing. And one of my buddies said this about Corona the other day, where he's like, yeah, like I think Corona is just going to be like a thing. Like it's around. Like it's not going to be 4 years from now, coronavirus doesn't exist at all. It'll just be like, oh, someone got Corona and like there's a cure for it now and stuff. But like it's still going to be a thing. And I was like, wow, never really thought of it that way. But yeah, I mean, if Fauci thinks this thing is ending handshakes and greetings and hugs and stuff, like no way. Am I supposed to stop sleeping with strangers?
Well, yeah. You personally.
And I have.
Yeah.
And I have. I just wanted that was a test for the listeners.
Another load of carrots dumped in the somewhere in the Morongo Basin. Now I wasn't aware about the first load. So that's what interests me right away.
Well, I believe this is the third load.
Wow. Okay. So for the third time, there's a picture of it. Let me put the picture on the screen here because it's worth you guys seeing. Oh
my God! It looks like a massacre.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. It's a lot of carrots, Jake. So
I mean, it's almost. I know in my head I shouldn't have any gut feelings to this, but looking at the picture, I'm like, wow, I can't believe they did this.
Seems like a bad time to be dumping carrots when there's starving people and stuff, because we're in a pandemic. But I don't know much.
Can you and I both guess where the Morongo Basin is? Have you looked it up?
I haven't. I was going to say somewhere in Africa.
Morongo Basin.
Just because it sounds like Morocco. That's all I'm going off of.
That's your hint, huh?
Yeah.
I looked it up already, but I want you guys to look it up and be surprised.
Okay.
Don't tell me
Morongo
it's in like
Basin. I'm going Washington State.
Whoa, America, huh? BBD, where is it?
Southern California.
Huge. Wow.
Eastern San Bernardino County.
What's going on? Why are they getting rid of these?
Basically raised there.
No. Why are they getting rid of carrots?
Basically, I'm using it super loose, dude.
Okay, super loose. No qualms. All right.
Super loose. Hang loose, bro.
For the third time in about 2 months, a semi-trailer hauling carrots overturned its load in the Morongo Basin. Monday, a truck pulling 2 trailers of carrots was driving northbound on Old Woman Springs Road. At about 1:30 p.m., when a black sedan traveling southbound crossed the double lines into the truck's lane near Aberdeen Drive. The semi-driver moved to the right shoulder and the second trailer overturned, spilling carrots all over the road and into the desert. When deputies were at the scene investigating the crash, another driver traveling southbound on Old Woman Springs failed to stop and drove into the sheriff's patrol car that was parked in the southbound lane. There were no injuries in either crash. So 2 different crashes. Are they related?
Didn't BBD say this is the third carrot dumping?
Yeah, in 2 months. But, I mean, semi-trailer hauling carrots crashed into another semi-trailer on the highway, spilling the carrots. That was in March. And in February 3rd, a trailer carrying carrots overturned as the semi turned from eastbound. Okay, so what we have here is a very shady shipping company that's shipping carrots. I don't know what they're benefiting from spilling all of these trucks of carrots. Maybe it's money laundering in the carrots. Maybe the truck drivers are also cartel drivers and these are hits that are being failed, but something big. This is straight out of Breaking Bad or Ozark. there's something shady going on with these shipments, and it's the shipment company or the carrot company. Something's up to something. Someone's up to something, Jake.
Yeah, you took a leap too far. This is a competitor. We're in an area where carrots apparently get shipped regularly, and this is clearly the competitor has now sent people to veer their competitor's carrots off the road.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're living in the Morongo Basin and you're anywhere near Old Woman Springs Road, go get yourself some carrots. You know, they come from the dirt, so it's not like you're going to be too proud to pick carrots up that have spilled onto the dirt. That's where they come from, you're
supposed to wash them anyways, especially now in these times.
Yes, so Morongo Basin, what up? You got a bunch of carrots.
God, it's a morbid picture. I can't look at it anymore.
Okay.
Get off the screen.
All right, it's off. Jeez. Bad reporting here by whoever wrote this, because, I mean, clearly something sketchy is going on. 3 trucks of carrots don't spill off the highway and the tractor trailers tip in the same area in a 3-month span, 2-month span. That is not natural or coincidental. We got something. BBD, can you mark this down? Can we get a Google alert on carrot dumpings? Something's up.
The other thing that I think I'll get you with my theory on this, that there's a competitor involved. As you mentioned, Ozarks or whatever, I think the key detail is we've had 3 carrot trailers overturned, and a cop has had to walk through 3 carrot crime scenes, and it's just fine. Like, no, the cops are in on it. This is heavy.
It's heavy. That's what I'm saying. And it seems like, we have the picture, but the only article I can find is from a radio station. And
I'm looking at the dead carrots again. I can't do it.
Get off the page, Jake. If I didn't want to do so much today and make breakdowns and shit, I mean, we need to look up the company of the truck and the carrot company.
You're a sleuth.
I do like being an internet sleuth.
You're a sleuth.
Yeah. Something shady's going on. If anyone wants to start a carrot detective department with me, the CDD.
Yeah.
I'm all in. So BBD, write that down.
Write that down.
How about this? These activists say they're going to protest the restrictions by rallying on National Mall in D.C. These stories piss me off because the government has an obligation to protect these people from themselves. And come on, just let them go be idiots and all get corona. If they're protesting the restrictions that are supposed to be saving them, let them do their thing.
Jim, at first I was with you, but then I was imagining a protest where everyone's 6 feet apart, and you can cover a lot of space.
They're not going to be 6 feet apart.
Where does it say that?
Well, they're protesting social distancing. So why would they?
They're protesting the restrictions. They're protesting like the not going out and stuff. I think they're fine with the 6 feet.
I don't think people, they go all in or all out protesters. Protesters rarely abide by some, but not all.
See, that's what I'm saying. I think they have their cause. They want to be allowed to do stuff like their protest. And if you can cover 6 feet at a time, Jim, if you've ever been a part of a good protest, I mean, and you can stretch those people out, you could get a really good satellite shot of your protest. So I think they potentially have something, or, we've kind of got a couple drink the Kool-Aid peoples out here.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm reading this, and they definitely come off like the people that are not going to be 6 feet apart.
That's protesting. What I'm saying, though. I think they've left that door open, and I think that would be a good time. 6
feet apart is huge. I was waiting in line to go into the grocery store the other day, and everyone's 6 feet apart. I had to walk a block down, and I was only like the 10th person in line. 60 feet.
Yeah.
Math.
Yep. You all over it.
Thank you. So just let them do it. Who cares if these guys? I know the government has to protect people from themselves, but it's kind of so bullshit. Now we got to put cops and spend money to help these idiots. Actually, the best message for the health people is to let them do this and then see how many of them get sick.
For it.
Yeah. Okay, this Thong story is pretty good.
Say Thong again.
Thong. I gotta take off my ad blocker.
Ad blocker off.
Michigan man wearing thong underwear as coronavirus mask assaults man who mocked him. We're in Battle Creek, Michigan, one of the cooler names of a town going. A Michigan man was allegedly assaulted after he mocked another man who was using thong underwear as a coronavirus mask. Now, are we mocking him because he's wearing underwear on his face or because clearly a thong underwear isn't big enough to actually help you with the stopping of the breathing?
You know, I can give that to you, but I want to see how he's wearing it. I mean, maybe he got creative with it and it's a perfect fit, but I don't know.
So there's no pictures of him, but I'm going to do a real quick Google of thong on face. And this might help us out a little bit. So we have a couple people here wearing thongs on their face. So which way do you think he was wearing?
I mean, that middle one looks like the first and third look like a perfect mask. Even Hell 4 too.
Yeah, so I think egg on my face a little bit because thong on the face may work fine.
I mean, I don't know if it's CDC recommended, but if that's what you've got, let her.
The only one that's bad here is this down here on the left. Like you're not doing a thing over there.
Yeah, she's a little blurry on my end, and I hate her. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, wow. Jake hates her. Why?
Big facts. Can't see her.
Okay. What about now, some bitch?
I kind of still can't see her. It's like just really fuzzy. The other ones are very clear depictions, and that one's just not coming through on my end. And I'm blaming her.
Okay. I mean, do you think these are doing anything over here?
They're doing something for me.
Wow. All right, so he's wearing his mask. You know what? I think I'm on the guy wearing the mask side strong here. Because there's you gotta wear a mask. Everyone's looking down on you if you don't wear a mask. You know, you're the bad guy if you don't wear a mask. You're on your way to the store, probably to buy a real mask, but you got nothing at home. It's hard to do laundry if you live in a city because you're supposed to be staying inside. So he grabs whatever he can, happens to be his wife's underwear, throws it on, and the first person that sees him bullies him. Of course, he's clearly upset already. So, and someone in the chat said this, if you see a guy walking around with a thong on his face, you do not pick on that guy.
Yeah, it's a tricky situation because you're right there, but also if you go out and you're wearing a thong face, you have to know you're running the risk of getting critiqued.
Good call.
I mean, that's
good call.
You understand what you're walking into a little bit. So,
wait, how about this? You understand you're going to get looks. You can't retaliate to a look, but if someone verbalizes a mock, I think then you have all the right. Yeah, you understand people are going to stare at you.
I personally think this is rooted too, and we're not getting the full story because Michigan man. Okay, so we've got the guy wearing the thong, and then we're assuming it occurred at a home. So that's the part that's weirding me out. So are these guys friends? Why are they at someone's house here?
Holy smoke. The bizarre incident occurred in a home on Lake Street Drive.
You know, and then he's probably wearing his significant other's thong. Does he make a joke at their behalf?
The mocker
the
mocker was 57 years old, and he said it looked just looked like the thong was laying around. It looked like the thong's laying around my house. So he told the mocker, told the mockee, hey, that thong you're wearing looks like the thong's in my house. Which I don't even know if that's a mock.
I mean, this is sounding a lot like his side of the story, by the way.
Yeah, because that sounds like he's sympathizing. Like, hey, I got that.
All I told him was that looks like the thong's laying around my house. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah. It sounds like these guys are...
All I told him. If you say the phrase, all I told him, you're lying.
Do you think we have a neighbor situation? Because, like, why are they in each other's house if they're not... We're in quarantine, social distancing right now. Maybe this guy walked out to his driveway. Other neighbor was in his driveway, just laid down a quick mock. But there's animosity amongst these neighbors for a while. And that's like, all right, now you give me a reason to. I'm going to beat your old ass up. 47-year-old beats up the 57-year-old.
And it says there's a 45-minute gap. So is this guy just brooding for 40 minutes? Like, you know what? I'm gonna walk over there and pop this guy. And then he's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. You know what? I am gonna do that. I'm gonna pop this guy. I'm gonna teach him a lesson.
You know what he did in those 45 minutes? He went back inside.
This doesn't look like the thongs laying around his house.
Yeah, he looked at himself in the mirror in the mask and was like, it looks fine. It looks normal.
Oh, Jimmy, I figured it out. We officially,
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, play the sound effect. Walk with me as I paint a scene. A gentleman throws on his wife's thong as to secure his face. Maybe it's in his neighborhood, and maybe there is a little bit of a joking effect to it. He walks out to get his mail or maybe go a walk around the cul-de-sac, and he waves to his neighbor. His neighbor, they've had beef for years. His neighbor says, as Jim referenced in the article, that looks like one of the thongs laying around my house. That was a reference to his wife leaving her underwear at his house. So my man's is, he keeps cool at first. He doesn't even understand it. He goes home and he goes, wait, is he trying to say he's boinking my wife? And then he goes over there, pops him in the face, kick in the ribs. There's your full story.
Wow. And I think he is sleeping with his wife.
And that might be that would be a nice follow-up to this article.
And they kept it from the police and the authorities because they don't want that out there for the whole neighborhood to know.
I just think the newspaper needs more articles. So they're like, let's make this a twofer.
Okay. BBD, make sure we follow up on this.
Yeah. Send them an email.
Yeah. And Broadway pushed back the reopening to June 7th. I enjoy a good Broadway play here and there, but I mean, I said this last week. No longer announce you're delaying things. We know.
Yeah.
We know, Broadway.
It's a weird society, man. I know I was listening to SVP the other night, and he was like, yeah, man, everything I say I have to preface with, because he does sports stuff. He's like, I know this isn't the most important thing, but, and it's like, that sucks that you have to preface that. But anytime we're talking about baseball coming back, it's like, yes, yep, COVID takes priority. We all know this as a society, but we can still talk about the other stuff.
I think I'm going to have to start prefacing all my tweets with, I know this tweet isn't about baseball, but D on the challenge sucks right now.
You're not going to be able to see it because you said you're going to block baseball.
No, I didn't say I was blocking baseball. I said I wasn't, but I like the idea that I need to mute some of the phrases. It's like, and it doesn't really I'm not like, I hope people know I'm half joking here. It's just it half serious, frustrating, half like, oh, come on. But it's always been, the rinse and repeat phrases that everyone just says because they're not creative enough to use their own words have always bothered me. If you're a longtime listener to any show, Jake knows it. But yeah, man, just like, come on. We need baseball back. So like, I don't know how I could mute that phrase. Whatever. Okay. That's the end of the show. Wait, did Darren Ravel delete a tweet yesterday?
Ooh, that was the bet. He had an interesting tweet yesterday, if it was true, which maybe it wasn't.
Okay, let me play our song. Bet of the day. Did Darren Ravel delete a tweet after hitting send yesterday? I don't think he did.
I don't think he did. I'm going to say he did and just say you can't find the proof of the tweet.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's a winning bet.
It was really quick. I think only you and I saw it.
Only you and I saw it. So a winning bet. Everyone pay us our money. Jim, did you see this one?
No. Was it a Ravel tweet? I don't follow him, so no. But I did see that one tweet.
Wimbledon, the one that he deleted. Mm-hmm. You've got multiple accounts. We've talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
Wimbledon has been paying $2 million a year for the past 17 pandemic insurance. So over 17 years, that's $34 million. Their coronavirus pandemic insurance check for canceling Wimbledon will be $141 million.
That insurance company is pissed.
Fucked. I mean, that's about $100 million down the drain.
Ooh, pandemic insurance.
Credit to the person at Wimbledon that nutted up and said, hey, let's pay this $2 million a year. And there was totally someone who's like, that's fucking stupid.
I wonder, dude, what a riot. UK's had a bigger history with plagues and stuff because I think more condensed and smaller and it's an island and shit like that. But that's wild. Good for Wimbledon. Yeah. All right. That ends the show. Thanks, guys. I'm just going to let this play out. See you later.